I was listening to a song, and certain songs just hit differently in your life. And I was listening to this song, and it's by CeCe Winans, and it's called Well Alright. I've heard that song so many times, but it made me think about when I was a teenager and I was in foster care, and I didn't know what was going to happen in my life. I didn't know where I was going to be, but I was in a stranger's home, and this woman was a Christian, and she was very religious, but she was treating me bad. Like, she was limiting my food and talking about my family and all these things, but yet she would take me to church. But I would play that song on repeat. And it's just crazy because I listened to it today and God brought that back to my remembrance about how He's brought me through. And that's why music is so important, because it ministers to your soul. And I just felt the presence of God through that song, because I remembered the time that I didn't know if I was going to be all right or not. I didn't know when I was going to go home. I didn't really feel like I had a home to go back to. But, and I was 16. I was about 15 or 16 at the time. And I just kept playing that song. And when you listen to the lyrics, you could tell that the Holy Spirit gave the lyrics to that song. It's about waiting for God to answer your prayers and come through for you, and just trusting in God that He's going to answer your prayers, that it's going to be all right, that He got you. And that carried me through. And I'm just sitting here thanking God for how far I've come. Because one thing God will do is He will remind you of where you came from so that you never forget. The thing about the children of Israel is that when He brought them out, He told them, don't forget. Because a lot of times we forget where we came from, and then we start to lack gratitude for the things that God has already done. And then we start thinking about the next thing. But if He did it before, then He can do it again. Celebrate the small wins, even if it may not seem like a big deal to you. If you know that you have come on the other side of something, that's something to be grateful for. That's something to be hopeful about, because that means you know that He's the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. If He did it for the children of Israel, He can do it for you. If He brought you through before, then He can do it again. There's no limits on God and what He's able to do. And a lot of times He'll allow us to sit in things, and it seemed like, God, when are you going to come through? But that's why it's important to remember, because He is doing things. He has brought you through. There's things that you should have died in, but God has kept you. It was His saving grace that has kept you through it all. And so I'm just having a moment like, wow, I'm so grateful for how far I've come, even if it may seem small to other people, even if it may seem small to me. It's about remembering where you've come from. And when you remember, that is so encouraging, because that means that the possibilities are endless of what God can do for you. There's no limitations. And even though it seems like so much time has went past where you're still waiting for things, just know that if He did it before, He can do it again.